Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Ulapati S. Karthikeyan, consultant uroandrologist from Vellore. So as we are sharing short videos which are going to be very useful for the NEET SS MCH 2021. So I am posting this video under urology specifically from andrology. So the topic which we are going to cover in this video is going to be the HPG axis. So what is HPG axis? That is the hypothalamo-pituitary gonadal axis. So it's an important topic. It's an important urology topic. It's a simple one. We can frame simple questions as well as complex questions from this topic. So we don't find much of information regarding this from the surgical textbooks. However, urology textbooks do give a lot of information about this, and it's a very important thing. So starting with the question, what is the hormone that has the major feedback inhibition of LH? So testosterone, inhibin, prolactin, and serotonin are the options. Which is the major feedback inhibitor of LH? So to answer this question, we should know this physiology, which we had read long back in our first year, and we also have revised it during the urology times. So the hypothalamus secretes the GnRH, which acts on the pituitary, that is the anterior pituitary, FSH and LH. FSH acts on the Sertoli cells, S for S, and Leydig cells, LH acts L for L. S for S again spermatogenesis, and here it is the testosterone production. So naturally, testosterone inhibits the GnRH. So it's very simple. Just we have to remember this one. This is a more complex diagram. So what we can see here is the testosterone inhibits the GnRH. So going back to this question, the main feedback inhibitor of LH is testosterone. So if you see this slide, lot of questions can be formed from these slides. So prolactin inhibits GnRH, GnRH stimulates anterior pituitary, FSH acts on Sertoli cells produce sperms, LH acts on Leydig cells secrete testosterone. So many MCQs can be framed from here. Unless we are clear in the concepts, it may be confusing during the exam. So just remember that. So what is the anterior pituitary? It is found in the posterior, it is in the bony sella turcica, and the posterior lobe secretes oxytocin, vasopressin under neural control, while anterior pituitary under the action of GnRH, that is blood-borne, produces the hormones which we all know, the GH, the TSH, all those things. So here the points are the posterior lobe is under neural control and anterior lobe is under blood-borne control from the GnRH. GnRH stimulates the production and release of FSH and LH by a calcium flux dependent mechanism. So again, in this slide, we can have so many questions. The location of the anterior pituitary, what is the hormone which is secreted by the posterior lobe, by the anterior lobe, what is the controlling factor for the posterior and the anterior lobes, and what is the mechanism by which GnRH stimulates the production and release of the gonadotropins. So many points in this slide. So GnRH has a circadian rhythm. It is seasonal. It is more in the spring, and it is also pulsatile. So exogenous GnRH agonist will stop testicular testosterone production by changing the pituitary exposure to GnRH from a cyclical to a constant pattern. So again, in this we have what GnRH does and how this is therapeutically used. Where are GnRH analogs used in urology? The answer is metastatic CA prostate. This is an MCQ. How do GnRH analogs suppress testosterone? Again, as we have seen in the previous slide, it converts pulsatile secretion to continuous secretion. Okay. This suppresses testosterone production after a brief rise in levels. Again, this is more important because what happens in patients with metastatic CA prostate with vertebral mets, sometimes spinal cord compression is precipitated. So that is again a point. In spinal cord, impending spinal cord compression, GnRH analogs should not be used. GnRH antagonists should be used. That is the Degarelix, Cetrolix, etc. So again, we get a lot of points from these slides. This is how we are planning our classes so that you will have a hangout around the surgical textbook points also and some important additional points from the standard textbooks. that is mainly based on the faculty's knowledge. So Kalman syndrome, again, it's an important thing. Congenital hypogonadotropic hypogonadism. GnRH precursor neurons fail to migrate normally. Therefore, there is absent GnRH from the hypothalamus. Therefore, lack of testosterone and delayed puberty or infertility usually associated with anosmia. So thank you. So we will be able to meet in another video where we will be discussing some other topics of urology. Do follow this space. You get lot of MCQ points from all the faculties. We will be posting shorts, snippets and videos so that you are able to revise them before the exam. And also do not forget to subscribe to the crash course. Thank you.